Boom. And that's YouTube side. To maintain YouTube side, I go like this. I go like this. And I go beep, boop. Show me it. Perfect. We close out of that. We do it again with a smiley face this time. Oh my god. We're getting crazy. Look at that smiley. Perfect. That means I can see my YouTube chat. Which means I can close that tab, honestly, right now. Go like this. Leave it for like 1 second because we're not even going to be using outside game music for long. I'm going to set it here for like 1 second. I should set up a timer where I just hit a button and it's like a 5-minute timer that I can cut short whenever I want. Just gotta pee already. I chose a bad time to start stream because I have to take a leak. I gotta go psst. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so silly, goofy stuff like that out of the way. I really should have filled up my water before this too, because I just finished my bubbly drink. Anyways, I hit done on this, right? Nice. That means it is Mario Kart time. Hopefully that kept it from going back to sleep. Because if it kept it from going back to sleep, we're golden. We're in there. That means Elgato time now. Means we kill that and we just leave a silly little TTS monster dashboard open. As I should. Okay. Now we got those there. We crank that volume. We crank that Soldier Boy. The lighting behind me is getting up. We go like this. I went too far away. It disconnected. Like, did my switch just turn off? Where'd my audio go? Alright, I don't know. That seems like a decently balanced camera as well. Okay. Where should we start? Alrighty. Since I'm gonna try to edit this like a good boy. Like a good boy. I could have the game volume kind of low and choose my own intro music. I think that's kind of the plan. Where? Alright. Change of scene. Big cam. Mario Kart World has a lot of different places to see, quite the variety of scenery, quite the variety of architecture, and all the sorts. Now, it looks like it's an island, so I'm guessing, just like Isle Delfino from Super Mario Sunshine, that it is quite the tourist destination. I'm looking at the map right now, and I'm seeing so many different spots that I feel like probably just thrive on tourism to fuel the economy. I don't see these as common stays, as like, how should I adjust how I'm saying this? I don't know. I don't know how to adjust what I'm saying right here. But Mario Kart World has a lot of cool destinations, a lot of cool places, and I'm going to decide which ones are the best. Which ones should we travel for and go to? I could maybe put a little tier list together on the side here. Not sure if I'll do that. Do we actually tier them, or do we just like individually rank them on a scale of like S through F, basically? Like I could do the tier list, but I'm just gonna give them a rating without doing a whole tier list probably, unless I edited it and put that in at the end. I might do that. I could do that. I'm gonna give it a rating. That just feels like it would be an appropriate spot in the list once I go through them. But yeah, so with that said, looking at the map of Mario Kart World here, I'm assuming the only airport, if not the main airport, would be located in Crown City. So we're going to start there. The first place we would set foot on the entire Mario Kart World island, my guess is... Oh, I just was in the wrong scene. My guess is Crown City. So, since we are starting in Crown City, I don't have anything to say about why we're starting in Crown City. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say as we get this started to help myself edit it later. I don't really think there is anything. Alright. So Crown City, we're flying in right now. This will be our first impression of our luxurious vacation destination of Mario Kart World Island. Can I just call it Mario Kart Island? Is that fair? Who should we be? I am tourist Mario. I'm sightseeing. What kind of car would a sightseeing fellow like him ride? Perfect. Right? Now let's stick it on, on this one. Alright, I want to load it somewhere else, so I don't want to load back in there. We're gonna do it like that. Alright, so the first destination, Crown City. We are just flying in to Mario Kart Island. And what will we see? How are we greeted? Alright, so basically I'm gonna rate the spots on like, if you were to be in one specific location for, I don't know, like 3 days to a week, basically. I'll put it in that parameter. So let's just say we had a 1 week stay in Crown City. How much fun could we have? Would we have a good time? Would it be fucking tragic and boring and desolate or scary? Who knows? Our 1 week stay starts now. First thing I'm seeing is an actual functional movie theater here. Which, you know, Boo Cinema is an actual place here that will be a tourist destination for ourselves later on. However, this one seems less scary from everything I know about the actual Boo Cinema. That place is haunted as hell. So, immediately what is Yoshi's movie? I was about to give it a big plus to Crown City just for that, but I don't know if Yoshi deserves his own movie. Hello, hello, hello.
USA emoji, USA emoji,
That's an
USA
emoji?
USA emoji, USA emoji, USA emoji.
I didn't know that was an emoji. The hell? Woo! But yeah, because of everything that Yoshi has done over in a different country that I'll call Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the fact that he's getting a movie here gives me a bad vibe for like the power dynamic that might be going on. What? Did you want me to play that whole thing out? Is it a you are here? Yeah, you've been a mod. It's not a you are here sign. That's just a shitty map. That wouldn't help me. Considering I can't read the local language, which is Scribble. This is by far the biggest place. This is probably immediate S tier. Yeah, I forgot when, but you added words to like the banned word list and everything. Alright, you got pedestrians or tourists like me who are just gonna run lights. Actually, wait, didn't I have a green light right there? Wait, do we all have green lights? Are these all green? Hold on, that's so dangerous. We can't all have green lights all the time. That's not how stoplights work. Huh? Oh no. I barely bumped it. What a fragile, like, plastic fire hydrant. You know what? Maybe this isn't such a great city. The infrastructure here is falling apart. At least I got Yoshi being all friendly, waving me over to get some dessert. Maybe the Yoshis aren't so bad. But I like that billboard. I like all the signs for the other areas. Although, Snow Lake. That's not like a specific location here. I'm gonna carry my nice little piece of cake around. Mario Kart. It's probably one of the fanciest lap indicators? I don't know. Finish lines, I guess. Rosalina. I agree with what Carlito had to say. Carlito described this business as probably just Tesla. So Rosalina is Elon Musk in this world. Bayside Coffee. Is that just like a advertisement? Because I doubt the whole place is coffee. That looks like office space. Warp Plaza. Hey, watch it. Shopping complex. Okay, so it's just a mall. But I swear, Roy Smooth Sound. So this is a whole sound company. Okay. This is where a lot of people are headquartered. Warp Plaza? What was Warp Plaza? I think I read it and then I went right by it without shopping complex. Just more shopping, huh? I assumed Warp Plaza would be like public transportation. Safety first. I wonder what they're building. Sorry. So this is just... Is this where Mario Kart TV's headquarters is? I thought this was a shopping center. It looks like just shopping in very small shopping areas. They're probably at the top of the building. That's normally how those work, right? Wait. I understand this is for the course and everything. Camera operator. What? I don't understand what I'm looking at here. I don't know. Well, at least they have signs for keeping this like as much as it looks like we're going on active construction and stuff. This is actually permanent structure, so we can race up here. Okay, so it's a city built around the idea of the race going through it. It must bring in a lot of income. I wonder if they've got a big gambling problem here. Why does that Yoshi look like a horse? His backpack just looks like he has back legs. They got a helicopter, but where the fuck would it go from there? It can land there, but like, what? I'm gonna jump off the building? They have a lot of infrastructure here that doesn't make any sense. I'm not gonna question this. This is... I'm gonna count that as like the Statue of Liberty. I think it's just a giant structure that they built as somewhat of a monument and just a marvel of the world. So at least they got that. That's pretty cool. Another helicopter landing, that a helipad that has no way to get down. It seems the race has really halted construction of the city. People are still parking and using this though, so that's nice. This is a very large city. I'm only in downtown still. So at least they got parking ramps and stuff, so this is nice. Actually functioning infrastructure. Although this is extremely dangerous. They have a lot of spots where you can just fall off. But I suppose you shouldn't be going that fast in a parking garage. But still, that's dangerous. Oddly raised gate. Boarded up windows. Parabitty Bud Construction. Do they go out of business? I swear they still got business elsewhere, but that means their center in Crown City has shut down. Huh. I wonder what the implications of that are. I know there's a few different construction companies within the world here. Sorry, Toad. We were on the other side of the street there. We were looking at the cinema. Yeah, I'm curious. If we were gonna travel here, this is what's up. You wanna see something messed up? For real, for real? This place has no safety. It acts like it does, but there's nothing. Oh yeah, look, stoplights. Everything should be all good and dandy. Look closer. It's all plastic. Alright, that wasn't the point. I wasn't supposed to hit that. The point is, there's conflicting green lights. And more specifically, every single light is green all the time. So that's not good. Also, the helipads, they're just like spots for helicopters to land, but there's no way for the people that get out of the helicopter to get onto or into the buildings they are landing on. So there's a couple major failures of their society here. Muncher Coffee Roaster. I'll show you, Muncher. That's a big door. Who the fuck? This door's for me. That's a big door, man. Even Bowser would fit through that with ease. Yeah, for real. Pipeline Hotel. Okay. I know where people go for little vacations. That is a love hotel. Alright. Fresh market. Seems like there's a decent little downtown here. Or not downtown, but you know, I guess more coastal market area. How's their boardwalk looking? This is by far the place that will have the most to look at, by the way. Oh yeah. Here. I bet I can just do this. That work? Alright, I couldn't find the button to do it, so I just typed it like a fucking... like a command in the chat, and it worked. Yeah, you keep some good bad shit out. No, actually I don't trust you. I know you're gonna spam fucking like phishing links in my chat. I'm revoking that immediately. So, fuck, it's getting warm. Fuck, it's getting warm. There's a nice little fresh market though. Lots of advertising for the same thing, but I mean, that happens all the time. That's just a marketing campaign. Everyone is banned 25 days. Nope! Make a bot that finds every single Twitch account, bans them all, and flips on the option where if you're banned from my account, like from my stream, you can't watch it. Because I didn't even know that was a setting. You can make it so people that are banned cannot watch your stream anymore. Alright, so we got more restaurants, more market. It's a whole lot of business. It's fine. Got a beach. How's the boardwalk looking? Let's investigate this a little bit. The bridge I will count as part of it. The bridge is a feat to behold. Truly a beautiful structure. I think it would make more sense if this was over here, perhaps. Like flip-flop them slightly, but I understand how geologically they could not make that happen. It's just a little bit of a bummer there's not a matching giant city over here, basically, or at least a small one. Oh, I love this song! That's awesome. It's open world, but it actually has like random little stuff to do in it. Like if you see me open the map there in the bottom left, it says 111, 120, and 52. I've got almost all the mystery blocks because it like basically tells you how many you have left. There's only a certain amount in each area. The coins, there's like 150 of just randomly hidden throughout the game. And the pound blocks or buttons or whatever, they are just missions, so those are like less hidden probably, but they're like missions to do, and there's 300 something of them. I think almost 400. Which kind of shocked me, because I felt like I did a lot of them. Once again, this useless fucking map. But a nice little boardwalk. Treacherous waters, but you can't do anything about that. I can't knock your city for it. Although I am rating it as a tourist destination, so it's kind of cool then. Oh, holy fuck, that's like a Hollywood sign. It's a rainbow fragment. Sorry, Toad, I must rain you over because I don't care. Oh, I want to use this. If you haven't seen this yet, I think I've used something like this, but... out of my way! Crash a fucking semi into the ocean! Yeah, it's a goofy little thing they added. I'm pretty sure you might even be able to get into those during like a tour race, like a long one. I don't think there's any available within, like, if you're doing a normal race that doesn't have a connector, but they keep it spicy. A bookstore. Wait, I gotta get back to deeper investigation. I was plowing through a lot of the same shit. Music store. So can't really access them from here, but that's not uncommon. There's probably a shared entryway. Tenants wanted. They got a housing problem here too. Yoshi's Hamburger. Just one? Just one hamburger? So we got a lot of housing. Home of the Rainbow Fragment. That looks clean. I like that a lot. Funky little section, but I bet skaters love it, even though it's not necessarily the most functional for them. It's kind of back alley, storage, cart shop. Although the vibe around it. Wait, hold on. Cart supplies, everything you need. I like the vibe around your shop here. Although, and there's a Yoshi's right next to it. I'd always go to that cart shop. Why can't we go into the cart shops like there are shops, like car shops in GTA? And have them work on our car? That would be a little bit much. Alright, so I think we've cleared out most of the city. Honestly, a lot to see. This area doesn't seem much for tourist activity, but there's a whole lot to see, a lot of variety amongst the activities here. Lots of really good shopping, as to be expected. It's a big city. I think I'm over in the housing side of it mainly, so this is less interesting. They have a nice park back here. I can't judge them based on their like distance from other cool markers, because that would just skew the rating of everything, because it would all go off of each other. Alright, so there's got lots of housing, all these apartments, hotels, whatnot, blah blah blah. A nice park. I don't know if there's anything else to see besides the headquarters up there, Tesla. Alright. Have a blast. What is Birdo? I didn't look at Birdo. Birdo jewelry. Oh. Birdo's kind of rich. Okay. Okay. And then this looks like a nice hotel. Yeah, that's a nice business hotel. Although, oh no, they don't race directly on top of it, but if anyone crashes down from there, they could come right through your window. That's a bit of a hazard. Course ahead, course ahead. Of course the course is ahead. There's a course everywhere. What do you have for dinner? Alright, so since that is basically all there is to see, taking into account all those safety hazards and all that stuff, I'm going to put it at S tier. I don't really think there's any avoiding this as a tourist destination. You can't really beat the biggest city in an entire fucking like island slash country. I feel like that just makes it almost prone to be S tier, even with its safety issues. As a tourist, there's tons of unique shopping, unique sites, cool landmarks surrounding the city and within the city. Seems like plenty of hotels and stuff available, so I doubt it's uber expensive. Yeah, Crown City gets an S tier. And I'm not gonna. Oh. I met my partner in Crown City. It's always gonna be a high tier for me. I met my lover there. From Crown City, we're going to the beach. We got invited out to a party, and that party was out at Koopa. Is it okay? It is Koopa Troopa Beach, but the DJ is Koopa. Right, this music doesn't seem to be fitting the music he's playing, but that's okay. It's okay. All right, looking around, it's a beach. That's nice. I mean, looking around, this is pretty cool. Really cool, like, picnic area. Really nice views. If you're interested in rocket launches, that's right over there. Beautiful view of, oh, kind of ominous view of Dino Dino. Because that used to be Dino Dino Laboratories, but now it's Dino Dino Jungle. Where's the city from here? Is it right on the backside of the giant floaty here? Yeah. Alright, so they have planes that come out here. You can take a boat or a plane, it seems. Huh, I wonder if they have giant freight ships that come in to the bay here. And then can Wonder why they really need the bridge to go up. Because I can't imagine a whole popular reason for big cruise liners to make it all the way inland here instead of going to the port. Oh, there's a port right there, probably. That's probably where the port is. Never mind. You guys could have planned for that and put the port on the other side, but that doesn't matter. Getting past this shit's kind of hard in the first place. Well, since I can't really do anything, and this is just a random little island, it seems like a great party location. I bet concerts happen out here all the time. I bet this is like California, so I bet the weather is killer. So, the fact that you can get flights, it's nearby, cool stuff. You can have really cool views from the island and hang out itself. Very good use of a very small chunk of land. And it seems like a destination that most people would have a blast at. I'm going to give Koopa Troopa Beach an S as well. From there, we can see DK Spaceport. This one is going to be a lot harder to rate as a tourist destination because it's kind of a one-stop. It's kind of, you're here. Wait. Are you even here? Can you even come here as a tourist? Hold on. It seems like this is all cargo and stuff. This is probably where workers get lunch all the time. There's no reason any normal person would be down here, though. So with that said, what is this? Are these also the rocket facilities? Alright, this is also part of the spaceport. So I'm going to be taking a peek around a little bit because I haven't noticed it. Alright, this is just more basically shipping and logistics over here. Why is he driving over here? Weird spot to go for a loop, buddy. Back up. Oh. I don't like that feeling at all. Okay, so this is non-commercial entirely. Mario's over here doing some fuck shit. I guess you could tour a company, so it's not entirely useless, and I bet people would watch the launch from farther away than directly right here. Why would they be going directly up to it? I'm gonna go find out why that traffic is going over there in a second. So this isn't anywhere people would actually be driving. Once again, so that's like stadium seating for watching the race. I guess because the course goes through here, maybe that's how they fund. Maybe DK Spaceport is funded by the race that is forced to be allowed to like go through here. Because the whole ascent right there doesn't seem necessary for the launch itself or the construction really. Maybe as it was being constructed. Also, it seems terrifying that there can be people down here. Why would you want to be down here? Can you drive to Koopa Troopa Beach? No. No, you can't. I don't know what the fuck Spike is doing over there. Well, as a tourist destination, I'm gonna put this as a D. They really didn't. I don't think they put into consideration all the stuff that, you know, they could just have a little center right over here. A little tourist center, a visitor center, where they could sell merchandise or something and actually have a nice viewing area set up, like a basically bleachers for a launch. I suppose this is too close for a launch. You do it from the city or something. Yeah, I think unless you're touring the company itself and want to see this up close because it's a cool rocket, there is nothing for a tourist to do here. So you have to get, I think, personally invited for a tour of, what would it be called? The grounds, the facilities, or get employed here. Or just be a big mega nerd fan of rockets and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that answer. It's quite the spectacle. It's a cool thing to have on the island. And since it serves a purpose and some people would really geek out and enjoy visiting here, I'm going to put DK Spaceport in D tier. It's saved from F because some people would really love to visit, but there's not much for an average person to do, if anything. Next, Whistle Stop Summit. This one seems like the spot that, like, your grandparents would really want to take the family. Is this just like going to North Dakota and stuff, or like an old western town? Like, it's still used for the railroad, but it's mainly a tourist town. So in which case, I shouldn't be over here at all. A tourist wouldn't be riding the fucking rails right here. Although I suppose the road is next to the rails, so maybe they would. Maybe it's a fun drive. Just stop the car. So that's a lot of coal. The shovels being laid out there makes me think this entire thing is just a giant coal storage area. I don't know how the train cars get over there to dump it off. Okay, so yeah, this is just 100% train industry. This is just a shipping port. Might be passenger train possibility here. There's at least food. It seems like a cool little park and natural features very nearby. So what would we say about that? I think I'd be personally pretty happy. There's like a cool little bridge right here that matches nearby infrastructure. This is kind of the middle of nowhere, but this is the border here. That no longer counts as whistle stop. Well, I'm gonna count it because wherever this view is could be very important. Not very easy to get down there, but very scenic area. Feels very history. Like a lot would be on historical placards and monuments and stuff. Wilderness Coast. I didn't know it was referred to that at all. Unless you read the sign, you wouldn't even know that. Okay. So with that noted, just it being a cool little tourist town here, it seems like it is thriving where DK Spaceport is failing, in the sense that it is able to stay a commercial industry that is fun to have. Like, the spectacle of it is massive. It's huge. There's a whole lot going on here. But but with that scale, they've also captured the tourist market by having that cool, like, statue. Just, it seems like they've really set it up to show off the surrounding area, the landscape, because there's a whole lot to see in terms of terrain and structures. And then a really cool, holy fuck, that whole thing is shaped like a train. This place is awesome. I'd say it's pretty unique in terms of actually having stuff to see and do. It's a very, like, kind of out there spot that I'd assume would not have a lot to accommodate a tourist, but upon looking at it, it's kind of a small city, tourist city built into the industry that is here. So I'm very surprised and happy to say that's another S tier spot. This is a spot that could keep people occupied, especially if you love hiking. I think this would be a great destination. Whistle Stop Summit is S tier. From there, I suppose the nearest thing would be Desert Hills. Honestly, I'm gonna lightly take the chance to try and help Desert Hills in the sense that, I'm probably gonna rate it very poorly. There's jack shit there. It's got the scenery that this place has, well, like 10 times worse. That's my understanding. So I'm gonna drive there, and hopefully I will be awestruck by the environment. That is the goal. Mario, I know you're getting all sorts of dirty and you're wearing flip-flops. So how would a tourist even get over here? I don't see some normal roadway down below me. We're not supposed to be on the train tracks. There's a normal road. Okay. Well, it would be cool to drive down here, but I'm still going to credit this entire area to Whistle Stop. Sorry, Desert Hills. It's technically, I think, closer to you, but the structure is definitely related to Whistle Stop because it's all to do with the trains and the bridges for them. That adds to the spectacle of the area. So making it through here, at least it feels like we're like going to a new level. So I will say this would feel very cool to drive through in person because of how drastically the landscape and views change as you pass through the small opening in the canyon area. And there's star fragments everywhere. Well, I will say the ruins there, it's kind of cool. The fact that there's a bit of an oasis, more cool. I don't understand what's going on over there. So are they building up a city? Or are they just uncovering these ancient ruins? Desert Hills might actually have more to offer than I thought, and I'm really glad I drove from right there because that entrance I feel like gives a very grand opening to the area. Do I have that? Teach me down. There's almost no chance I don't, right? Yeah, there's a ghost medallion. So, with the grand reveal of the area. Whoa. See, as a tourist, this would kind of piss a lot of people off. It's way too much sand. But this is beautiful. Whoa. Giant sandworm. Alright, that's terrifying. But it didn't come this way. Alright, that immediately bumped it up at least one tier. The giant sandworm is awesome. I like that a lot. Alright, very dangerous tunnel. It's a very dangerous area. Giant sandworm tunnel with things that can kill us. End of the tunnel launches us. Oh, that sandworm's coming right back. And it hurts. It almost ate Mario. Alright, this is kind of in between the zones, so this is a mix of Mario, Bizarre, and that. But I'm gonna give entire credit of this section to not Mario Kart Circuit, which is gonna be over there, because we're still entirely in the desert, like off that beaten path, more soft sand, seemingly. Oh, that's cool. The train goes all the way through here. What the hell? Oh, I'm hearing that because I'm actually right down there. Yeah, the spectacle of those worms is really cool. So, I feel like most people wouldn't have a very fun time coming to this like extreme sandy dangerous location. But there's lots of cool old architecture. Lots of cool wildlife. The fuck? Is that a mask salesman? That's Snabbit with a fuck ton of masks. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool, like, wildlife around here. And the natural views and the history of the area, I feel, will be the main draw. Oh, hello, Peach Medallion. Going here might be a similar experience to going on a safari somewhere in Africa. Although I've never been, I wouldn't know. Now, obviously this is fucking Mario, so. Alright, now we're back in the actual area. Desert Hills, show me some magic, huh? Is there any runes here? Oh, Nabbit, you are cruising. Any super cool runes or anything, or is this all just kind of, one stop? Alright, so there really isn't too much for, like, runes and up close stuff, it seems. But there's lots of really cool old architecture and lots of fun wildlife to witness. So, I'm going to give Desert Hills, is this what it's called, right? Desert Hills? I'm going to give Desert Hills a... I'm going to give Desert Hills a B tier. Because I bumped it up for the hype of the wildlife. There's just really not too much to do. The runes are kind of samey. But you know, it's old disheveled stuff buried in sand. There's only so much you can do to avoid that. So, I think there's lots of history and lots of biological miracles happening in this area. So, I'm going to keep my word, and I would have given it a C tier because it's just a lot of sandy nothing. But the scale... do I give it... No, it's a B tier. It's a B tier. I can't glaze it too much. There's a lot of cool history and stuff, but as a tourist, it would kind of bite. It would be an observation day or two. So I think it's solid, but it's not the best. Yeah. Desert Hills is B tier. Desert Hills is B tier. Mario Bros. Circuit. See, this one's gonna be hard to rate high in any regard because I don't want to change my lighting now. I think I do want to change my lighting now. Yeah, I think that's decent lighting. It's not dog shit. It's a little dog shit, but it's not super dog shit. Who the fuck just hit me? There we go, that's better. That's a lot more balanced. I think. Okay, Mario Bros. Circuit. Well, already bad rating for me because I got hit by a red shell and I didn't do shit. Immediately see a cop. Wonderful. This place sucks. We're kind of in the middle of the desert. The landscape and stuff feels cool, but this seems like you're here for a one night thing, not even like a full day. Just like an evening event where you watch a race. Would be really cool here. Be fun to visit. But as a general, I don't even need to look around too much. It's a really cool track, all that stuff. But as a general tourist destination, I'd say Mario Circuit easily C tier. It's very neutral. It's a tourist stop within, you know, a vacation, which is entirely valid. You know, not all places in the world are built for tourists, and this is just one of them. This is a spot where you could come for a, you know, I'm gonna keep it at C. But you just come for a race day / night, and then yeah, this is the atmosphere that I was looking for at night when all the lights are on. You got cool colors, cool layouts, good vibes. It's good race day vibes. And you know what? I'm bumping this up to B. Because you don't need to be able to spend an entire time somewhere, like an entire week somewhere, for it to be a cool tourist destination. They got like garages and stuff over there for the racers, and plenty of accommodations for just people that are stopping by for the day to eat and shop, fuel up themselves, and enjoy the race that would go on around them, or races, you know. They did a really good job of making the most out of a small area. It's not letting me use my Prime sub I got for free trial. Lame. I see a Prime icon next to your name, that's the one. Yeah, so I really thought this was going to be an easy C tier, but this is a B tier because of it entirely accomplishes the goal of why it's here, which is just a fun race course that people can visit and enjoy a day out at. That is not too far from the big city, which I shouldn't take into account, but I'm going to. I'm not sure if I clipped already, but there we go. Shy Guy Bazaar. Shy Fella Bazaar. Well, that is a one grand entrance, although you are arguably, you know, abusing those elephants, making them just stand there. You know, might be an F tier. Might be an F tier. You guys might have fucked up big time. Those elephants don't deserve to stand there and not move for all of eternity. But that's not fair. I'm gonna assume that's not the case. I'm gonna assume they swap out when we're not looking. Because I already know what I want to rate this place. Really cool to see. Very luxurious feel. Right by the ocean. Right by a river as well. Ignore wherever I'm getting bumped to right here. So it was like making me look like a ghost. That lighting was getting weird. That lighting's getting weird. Bang, bang, bang. Alright. So let's get the view from here, taking it. So not very accommodating to visiting the ocean itself, it seems, but it's right there. You can do it on your own accord. Lots of little stalls. It is a bazaar after all, so there's all sorts of little markets and goods to buy. I think it's mainly just going to be housing then? And like, I guess tourist housing? Really cool general area. Really cool layout, but I feel like this isn't... No, that's not fair to say. There's not too much, like this is where a tourist home base would be. So very cool little city. I feel like people would have their hotel here and come back here at night, but they'd like take expeditions from here basically every day. This feels like an all-inclusive resort. Not a real one. I'm playing, oh, it's just, yeah, I'm not in an online lobby or anything. So I think this is basically just a very nice all-inclusive resort that kind of took over a town probably, but is overall good for the economy within the town because there's so many small business stalls. So, as a tourist destination, I will put that either A or S. It depends on the view that I take in and enjoy from right here. If I go right on this road, let's see. You can see a volcano, you can see the airship fortress. can't really see much back that way. You can see the mountain, but like stuff is blocking the city in Whistletop, more or less. Yeah, you can barely see Mario Circuit right now. Fuck it, who am I to say? This is a little more secluded. As a tourist destination, this is probably an S, because it's just an all-inclusive resort. Seems like a good amount of privacy. Seems like a good thing for the local population as well as for tourists. So, Shy Guy Bazaar, you get S tier. Wario Stadium. How are we gonna feel about Wario Stadium? I feel like this is kind of the same thing as Mario Bros. Circuit. And the fact that they're here to spectate an event. You know what? I'm immediately going to basically take my rating from... What the? How do I get up there? From... the fuck? From Mario Bros. Circuit, and use that to help do an immediate rating of Wario Stadium, which seems like the accommodations for tourists or visitors is dog shit and bad and not good. I didn't see pretty much anywhere to sit, and if there was a spot to sit, you'd only be able to see a very small portion of the arena as people are racing through it. So, because of how poor the visibility of the entire race would be, if there's a race going on here, I feel like monster trucks would be here, and that'd be really cool. It'd be very hard to see everything with all the walls that are up because it's built for normal racing, not monster trucks. Which I feel like is backwards and wrong, even though it's in a Mario Kart game. As a tourist, this spot has got to be a C tier because you could probably see cool motor activity going on here. Cool motorsports here. But that's about it. It wouldn't be like the greatest experience. It's kind of like an old rundown, like cool vibes, bad overall experience. You could probably get a good memory, but nothing spectacular. Wario Stadium gets a C. I'm gonna wander towards darkness and despair. This place would be crazy to visit. Once again, I feel like Airship Fortress is just a military base. Unfortunately, that's what I'm going to think about it. It's a very cool spectacle of military strength and power. So it's basically a show to intimidate the enemies of Mario Kart Island. With that said, it looks really fucking cool. And seeing the other ones kind of fly around and be up here is cool. As a tourist destination, ain't no way we're allowed access even to where I am right now. The closest we could probably get is just witnessing it from the backside of Wario Stadium. And that is the unfortunate truth of how I have to rate this. Because as it is a military base, unless you are military that is visiting on vacation or being, you know, deployed or whatever the fuck here, you can't really. This is about where you're gonna drive up, because Bowser's Castle is the main part of that base, and that would just be like their airport. So Bowser's Castle is up here. Where's Airship Fortress? I'd have to veer off to the left, like this. Very industrial, very just kind of run down. It seems the military here has really destroyed the land surrounding it. So that's just sad to see. Anyways, I'm really trying to get over to get a good view on Airship Fortress. Because that'd be one where you get close, but you can't go to it. There's no world where they would let you. What is this, though? Why is this here? So that's the backside of the stadium? Yeah, Mario Stadium is just like a weird military fucking monster truck rally. Weird floating stuff in the sky. You could probably see it really well from right there, but it's just a spectacle. It's a sightseeing location. Kind of really annoying to get to, but at least it's paired up with the military base that is Bowser's Castle. I am lucky enough to have received passes, so as a tourist we'll be able to visit Bowser's Castle on this visit to Mario Kart Island, but we cannot directly go to Airship Fortress. That would basically be like letting tourists go through Air Force One. They just can't allow it. So it's a cool spectacle to see from over here. That's a D tier, because all you can do is look at it. You can't even go to it. As a tourist, you can only look at it from a distance. It's like, oh, there it is, and that's your experience with Airship Fortress. So as a tourist destination, it is a D. Now we got blindfolded and brought into the military base, which they would like to show off their facilities. They are harnessing the power of a volcano, creating an immense amount of pollution. Pretty much all of this for security reasons. Is there anything to do here? No, once again, just a spectacle. That's all it is. Going through here, I'm just intimidated. I'd feel extremely warm. I'd probably be sweating. I would be very unhappy. I'd say they could use some fucking AC in this goddamn volcano. But they even let us go into the control room. They had a gun pointed at our heads the entire time we're going up here. But they're letting us see. This doesn't look like a control room at all. Actually, they're sending us through the giant Bowser statue's mouth, which is cool. No normal tourist could do this. They would die. This is horrendous conditions. Bowser's creating a monument using oil and basically creating his very own hole in the ozone layer. So, yeah, this is F tier. F tier tourist location. You can barely see what's going on. Very, very greedy, very selfish, destroying the environment. It fucking could use AC. It's way too hot here. Yeah, Bowser's Castle, F tier tourist destination. Fuck you, cow. He wasn't happy with my ruling. Next. This place has been very, very hurt by the pollution caused from Bowser's Castle. This is a town that is just downstream from their giant military factory and base. So their waters have been so polluted they've also become lava. And basically everyone in this town died or was evacuated. It was kind of a Chernobyl incident once they booted up their monument up there of shooting the volcano into the sky and making it look like Bowser. Yeah, life became unsuitable here, and it's more of a journalist location than like a tourist one, and people want to tell the story of Dry Bones Burnout. But, yeah, unfortunately, there just isn't, it's not a tourist destination. Because I feel bad for them, I'm not going to give them an F. It's not their fault. Their whole society was collapsed by greedy bitch Bowser. But, yeah, unfortunately, it's not a suitable location for a tourist at all. So, that is a D tier. unless you are a diehard who is there trying to like understand the gravity of the situation. Wasn't sure if I hit the button yet. Cool music. Toad's Factory. If you are on Mario Kart Island, you must be a Mario Kart fan. And none of us realized it, I don't think, until this game, unless Toad's Factory was this detailed back in Wii. But Carlito was very nice to point out they're actually manufacturing item blocks here. Like the lifeblood of Mario Kart. That is what is being produced at Toad's Factory. They're shoving items into those brick blocks and making them random item blocks. Because they're randomly putting the items in. Using these balls. With that said, I am basically being a geek about the logistics and going on of a corporation here. And because of that, Toad's Factory can only be so cool because this is exactly how we rated DK Spaceport. DK Spaceport did not really have tourist accommodations outside of being a nerd for the industry itself. And unfortunately, it seems that it's the same for Toad's Factory as much as we love it. This place has its own port right there. It's right across. I think they might be... I don't know. Yeah, they got their own port. They got their own systems. I like their little drawbridge. It's a very cool operation they got going on here, but that is me being a geek about Mario Kart. So it's not fair to rate it anything above a C tier, which is what I believe I gave DK Spaceport. I might have even given it a D tier. But I'm going to be biased, if I did, and give this a C tier. Toad's Factory is a C tier. Is this Smash music? What song is this? It smells like a fire. Am I on fire? Better not be a fire. That would suck. No, this is Dark World or whatever from SM64. Yo! I am kind of concerned. I kind of want to check on what that smell is, but I think we're chilling. Hey, we're about to cross the halfway point because once we get these ones done, there's a lot of bangers on this side actually that have a decent amount to see. There'll be some that have nothing to see and some that have a lot to see left. And we've only been live for an hour. That really won't be too bad to edit, I don't think. Which makes me happy. Alright, we are in Choco Mountain. Which is basically, I think, a mountain where they struck it rich with oil, but instead of oil, it's chocolate. That's just my guess looking at this right now. It's called Choco Mountain. I know there's chocolate involved. There's chocolate here somewhere. Let's say this is chocolate sauce. It's everywhere. Alright, as a tourist, cool to see. It's like Willy Wonka's fucking chocolate volcano. However, actual stuff to do here? Nothing. You can do nothing. It would be like visiting a goddamn oil field in North Dakota. Let me say that one more time. Visiting Choco Mountain would be like visiting an oil field. Like, there's just nothing exciting about it. It's like, yeah, the prospects of it. If you love money, this place looks awesome. It's raining money here. Not really any reason to visit. No reason a tourist would really come here. Yeah, sorry. Really nothing to say about Choco Mountain besides it's an oil field and people would not want to come here. This is an F-tier tourist destination. Peach Stadium. This place, I got high hopes for it. Because there's a whole lot of accommodations outside of this main little royal stretch. I feel like this would be the coolest royal palace to visit of all time because it's not quite a palace. It is actually just a giant raceway. I feel like they'd host the Olympics here. The scale of this place is insane. What to do here though, outside of kind of enjoy the scale and the games that would be going on. So if the Olympics are not currently going on, how much is there to really enjoy in Peach Stadium? Honestly, probably a good amount. They probably got like good things about the history of the games that go on here. I'm assuming there's more than just racing, but they got nice little pits. They got actual functioning streets that go through here that, you know, connect people to places that I feel are important to the island. They've got a train that comes through here. Like they've kind of accommodated to everything they need to on the island to make it a very functional while still very flashy stadium. So since I can very happily see the Olympics going on here, I want to give it an S tier for that. But since the Olympics are not going on all the time, I'm gonna give it an A tier. Moo Moo Meadows. Oh, we're going hometown here. We're going hometown. I'm gonna be biased. This place, I think as a tourist destination is unfortunately gonna fall pretty flat, although the stands there are extremely accommodating considering they might do races here like every weekend or something. You can see a lot of the track. You can see the finish line pretty well, and if you don't like the view from here, I'm pretty sure there's more seating over here unless this is just a barn. That'd be a little bit sad to have the finish line kind of out of sight in comparison to the rest, where I guess you could have people line up at the fences like rallies in Europe and stuff, like rally racers. They leave plenty of space for their trucks so they're not cramped in this weird environment of racetrack slash farm. They have cool windmills. They have... Is it not this barn? And Carleo pointed out a very beautiful picture in one of them of cow on a motorcycle. I think they sell, you know, all sorts of dairy products like ice cream and butter and cheese and milk. Fuck you, Nabbit. But I'm trying to find a spot where they would sell it. Also, Nabbit, what were you doing back here? Sorry, I ruined your hay bales. Yeah, I gotta find a shop. They gotta have at least like one little Yoshi stop, right? One spot for them to be able to, for someone to be able to grab food. Okay, they have a little truck set up. They got race day trucks. Okay, so looking everything over, you get a very cool view of Peach Stadium here. It's a very tucked, cozy part of the island. I will be biased in how I'm rating this, but I still will not be rating it anything crazy, because as a tourist destination, This is one of those one-day stops. I'm gonna get right here. I'm gonna take a nice little look. Beautiful surrounding areas, kind of in a valley. This reminds me way too much of Wisconsin farms. Because of the hometown vibe, I'm gonna be biased and say that there's a really nice view of the stadium down there. You get beautiful nights here. You got actual reason for people to like. I'm making shit up as I go here. I'd say it's a very respectful use of the land, and there's a cool star lake surrounding, separating. Meh. It's a very respectful use of the land, and the star lake behind it that separates it from Peach Stadium is also kind of cool. So even though there isn't necessarily too much for a tourist to actually do here, it's very much within the realm of easy to get to. Not a pain in the ass with traffic or anything, and kind of a unique section of the island in terms of how it is kind of peaceful and balanced it is. I would say this is a C tier, only because you can't stay here. You have to visit it like during the day, during a race or something. You have to be here to do something, if not just like admire the farm. So, because it's just a passing destination, it's a C tier. Mario Circuit. Oh boy. I feel like this is more what Wario's stadium should have been, just like taller bleachers probably on the outside. This is a nice little go-kart track with lots of viewing, so it's probably a very, very popular kind of like sport at the moment. It's cool that people can like drop in from right there. Pit stop, lots of seating, so people do, I think, enjoy coming to these races. This is probably like the original Mario Kart course, you know. And there's a few different tracks here, so as a tourist destination, I bet they let people kart because this is like a go-kart track. I bet you can go on each of the different tracks here, because they can separate it into three different tracks or one big one. I think that's a fun activity you can do, or you can watch people do it. And then in the center there, it's kind of the same as Mario Bros. Circuit. So surprisingly, once again, I'm gonna put this as, I don't know why I'm saying once again. I'm surprisingly putting Mario Circuit in A tier, because as a tourist destination, I feel like you can keep people occupied for most of the day and actually have a little bit more stuff to do. Fuck it, we're going back. So Mario Circuit's A tier. I am changing my statement. Moo Moo Meadows, I thought it was gonna be forced to be a lower tier. It's a B tier. It's a B tier. It's just got such a vibe to it. It's such a beautiful destination. Tourists would love it. Tourists would love it. Moo Meadows is a B tier. And I refuse to rank Mario Circuit above that, actually. So if I gave it an A tier, I lied. Mario Circuit gets a B tier. Acorn Heights. There's going to be a lot to see here, but will there be a lot to do here? That is the question. People aren't going up this goddamn tree. Okay, well, so first things first. I ain't seeing anything for a tourist to do. I ain't seen any normal way for a tourist to get around. I don't think tourists are allowed here. This is like a sacred village. Or something. Very cool view right there. It looks like there's somehow housing in the acorns. I don't know how you'd get there. But I guess for certain people it's very accessible, like Stingbee. Since I can't do or like see too much as like a human being outside of just like, hey, this is a really cool view. This is also a B tier because it's so awe-inspiring. It's such a beautiful tree and little civilization here. But as a tourist, it's pretty restricted to who would actually be able to stay here, I believe. And outside of enjoying the view, there's not too much to do here besides just enjoy the atmosphere, which could be really cool, really nice. Let's see what's on the backside. No, I know there's nothing on the backside. It's another B tier. Boo Cinema. So we saw the second location that opened up in Crown City. That place looks pretty nice. Toad, I'm surprised you're still here, but I guess you get business. Open 24/7. A year. Boo Castle now showing. Okay, so it's a giant movie theater. Very classical. Does anything actually play on the screen? Or does it just... is it too worn down? Does it go down based on how close we are? Okay, well, people wouldn't be jumping in there. That's just paranormal activity. That would be haunted. That would be bad for... technically good for tourism. Real life haunted would be bad for tourism. Do either make it no longer haunted or... yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, Boo Cinema seems to be basically closed down, run down, relic of the past. I really wish someone would come spruce it up because a giant movie theater that you could also stay at, basically as a resort. Sounds kind of cool. They could have multiple showings, you know, they got a couple giant... whatever. Unfortunately, as much as I love this course, and it may be my favorite new course in Mario Kart, Boo Cinema, as a tourist destination, is a D tier. You can't safely visit and do this. It's just not a tourist destination. If you've got balls and you really want to adventure, that's why I'm not putting it at F. Because there's some people who would really love to come here and check it out and experience the vibes themselves. However, I think this is a D tier tourist destination. Because it's not really a destination. I don't know what that fucking Yoshi's doing over there. The course we can see from there is Starview Peak. Now what can we actually do at Starview Peak? Because this is a course I really haven't taken in too much. It's beautifully here, oh my goodness. In terms of like a sightseeing destination, this is on par with I can't believe I'm forgetting what it's called already. Acorn Heights. Not really much for an average person to do so far. You can't really drive up here. But the view, oh, this would be a ski resort, 100%. Look at that. This is just a beautiful, like, 5-star mythical space ski resort. That is the vibe they are giving. I'd like to go right up to the front approach here. That's a beautiful sticker thing. Wow, what a view. What a view. and you get northern lights constantly, and there's a beautiful resort to stay at. I'm just gonna equate this to a beautiful ski resort. This place is amazing. Holy crap. They got their own giant library for you. You got food, the vibes are up. Nabbit's just walking around. He's not actually stealing anything, but he's still scared. I think this has got to be an S tier. I was really scared with where you teleported into at first. Ah, ah! Don't fucking launch me off the edge like that, game. But just look at this view. Just look at that. That is incredible. You can even see Peach's Stadium from here. So that's the ski resort view. The lights, the resort itself. Oh my goodness. This is an easy S tier. Here, let me say that better. Starview Peak is an easy S tier. Just look at that view. And I missed a call. You see that car go flying? Dude just drove. I'm gonna chase him down. Can I still see you? Yeah, there he is down there. Hey, yo! These guys are cruising. Holy shit! Are you okay? Toad! Toad! Stop the car! Toad! Toad, I think you're injured. Stop the car! We could go down there. We could go over here. We actually don't have too much left then. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 courses left. That is less than 1/3. Dandelion Deaths. What's going on at Dandelion? Is there anything you can really do here? That is a... Well, I'm glad to see they're still in business here. Parabetty Bud Construction was out of business, at least in their Crown City division. So let's see how they're doing here. Right now this just looks like a whole mining outcrop. So yeah, it's that. Is there anything else besides the mine here? Is there anything for tourists to do? If they like Minecraft, they'll probably like it here, I guess. They're all surrounding it, look at them. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? No, 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 no. Can I make him come back? That was so cute. What was that? It's over here, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, there he is. Look at him, he's friends with all the Parabitties. Parabitty bugs. Alright, unfortunately, There's absolutely nothing for a tourist to do at Parabitty Construction. AKA, what, Dandelion Deaths. But that's fine. That's fine. Not everywhere needs to be a tourist destination. This is simply a construction site. It's a mine. They're gathering resources here. But hey, on the bright side, even though there's nothing for tourists to do, they got a bunch of Parabitty buddies that are friends with the Nabbit. So that's pretty cool. Do you think I can be friends with them too? Nabbit, you killed your friend! How could he? Do I see anything else? There's just... It's cool that you got dandelions here, but that's literally a weed, so... I'd feel like I'm inhaling bad spores. I'm counting this as your area, and I'm really trying to find something. No. Dandelion Deaths, aka the Parabitty Construction Site, is a F-tier tourist destination. I won't do that because it doesn't suck for you to be here. Let's restart that statement. Dandelion Deaths, aka Parabitty Construction, is a D-tier tourist location because there's just nothing for tourists to do, but it's kind of cool. It's got some nice views, a unique little atmosphere as you drive by, so it's not the absolute worst, but it's not the best. Cheap Falls. Is that the Ludwig song? I don't know why I'd call it the Ludwig song. That's just bad on my part. That means I'm uncultured. Alright. Vibes here. Good. It's always fall. Somehow the leaves are on the trees at all times, but they are always falling. This infinite cycle is beautiful, to say the least. Cool architecture. Is there anything to do here besides enjoy the local? Hell yeah! Exciting feeling. It's only a few days now. It's only a few days. Ooh, being able to go behind the waterfall here is a nice touch, but I mean, I don't think tourists are really doing this. Yeah, screw it. There's probably like a whitewater rafting thing that they do here. They bring you up there and let you go down from there. A lot of food stalls. What about housing? Is that up the road at all? What's going on up here? Is this a tunnel? I suppose the falls don't need to be necessarily super... Oh shit. That went fast. Hello, Yoshi. Alright, yeah, so it just seems like this is a little town. Cheap Falls, small population, not really much to do here, but it's kind of like a national park by the seams of it. I would classify this as a national park, so even though there's not really much to do and you can see the things to see quickly, as a tourist destination, I am falling back on my other thing. Actually, no, I'm not, because I think this is prime. It's different than a lot of the stuff you can see elsewhere on the island. It's got a unique atmosphere, unique views, and it's basically a nature reserve. So, I'm gonna give it an A tier. Or, I should say, I'm gonna give Cheap Cheap Falls an A tier. Hey. Now we're going to the second ski resort. I didn't realize, what is it? Starview, I was gonna say Starlight. Starview Peak was gonna be a ski resort. But this is 100%. Quit making me yawn now. We're almost done. The first like 20 minutes of this was just Crown City. Alright, I'm just trying to get to see if there is any kind of infrastructure outside of slopes. Is there anything to do here besides ski? Is it a resort or is it just ski slopes? I think right here is the perfect spot to view that. It looks like this is the more affordable lodging for what is altogether Starview Peak slopes, probably, because it's like DK Pass down here, and you come through and you got some more specific stuff, but the general slopes and hills and ski lifts are going up towards Starview Peak, so it looks like this is a lot more just kind of like camping, hiking, and lodging, which honestly is very nice that this is down here. So the fact that DK set this up and kind of made it not just a hotel at the top of the hill, but an actual ski resort, I think I'm going to give him the credit for a lot of this. We're going to slap him joined together in the S tier with Starview Peak. DK Pass deserves S tier because it is doing a great service to the people, and I think this is a perfect tourist destination. More affordable than the matching Starview Peak. Hell yeah. The fuck? I have no idea how I'm gonna rate Sky High Sunday. This place feels like Disneyland for your kids, but like shittier. I feel like this is a mistake from God. This just seems like lots of giant candy and sweets fell from the sky and they made a race course out of it. I have no idea how the fuck this worked into the entire world. If they made these pops out of the ice and stuff, like, is this just a giant... You know, if I think about it like that, if I think about this as a giant man-made creation of just colored... It's on the fuck... How much ice is here? It's kind of melting around it, so it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna ignore the logic of it all. I'm going to imagine this as giant man-made structures using the ice and all that and coloring it and shaping it and sculpting it to look like a giant dessert candy land. I'm not sure about actually going up there, but I think kids would love to see this place a lot more than they'd love to see Airship Fortress. I'm going to give it a... I said I wasn't going to do this, but because of its proximity to DK Pass and Starview? Because it's so close to DK Pass and Starview Peak, and it is such a monumental scale of a spectacle, like it's like a Mount Rushmore that kids would adore, I guess. I'm gonna give it a C tier, because I don't really think there's anything for you to really go up there and do. It's probably a pain in the ass. Parents probably hate coming here. But at the very least, the grand scale of it and the view of it, if you think of it as a man-made structure, it's extremely impressive, and I'm gonna give it a C tier at least for that. Which leaves us with 6 courses left. This is one that I have absolutely no hopes for. I don't think there's a single reason a tourist would come here outside of the same reasons they would go to the cinema, so it's probably going to get a D or an F. So right now it's all shipwreck, it's all broken. I think because of the pollution and the fact that Wario just crashes these ships here and does not clean the water, and he is a corporate dirtbag. I don't see a single thing for a tourist to do here besides be an adventurous fella. I don't think there's a single place or business that operates out of here. No hotels, no food, no nothing. It's just a broken down shipyard for Wario. Let's look around. Yeah, no, this is absolutely just a disheveled old fort, like an old war fort that is now just polluting the waters and is kind of a dangerous place. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give Wario Shipyard a F tier because they are just polluting the ocean and wasting some beautiful property space. Oh. I'm gonna end here. I'm going to go to Peach Beach next, because I'm pretty sure I could see it. This one, I've got high hopes for. I think for obvious reasons, but also maybe not so obvious reasons. What the fuck? Well, that's one. Oh, that bell sounds amazing. That old school... Oh, it's not going anymore. I was talking over it like a fool. But it sounded very nice. Beautiful sunset. Beautiful view of the icy part of the land. Beautiful view of the other coastal city. And like safari area. And those like... Is it called the hidden block ruins? Giant block ruins? The Great Question Mark Block Runes. Get me up there. Alright, so with the Great Question Mark... I'm just gonna call them the Great Runes. With the Great Runes right there and like all the visible surrounding... that kind of adds a cool atmosphere, the Wario Shipyard. That... Wow, you're so lucky Peach Beach has so much cool stuff surrounding it that like that kind of ominous little area over there helps make this look so much better. Not so much better, like this already looks insanely nice and cool. There's a little land bridge that people can take. Yeah, it's a beach. First and foremost, people love coming here just to hang out in the sun, I guess. It seems like a church? Maybe? Kind of a cathedral type thing. I bet it's a resort. I have a feeling that doubles as a resort. And there's not too much to do here, but you're in a very secluded, beautiful location. I'm gonna treat this as the all-inclusive resort part 2, basically. But you know, there isn't anything that... It's so secluded and nice, but it's also connected. And there's a big city right there. Fuck it. Oh, it is Peach Resort. It is. I wasn't reading the banners at all. I thought those were just going to say Peach Beach, so I didn't read them. Those all say Peach Resort. So this is a resort. I think with the views and everything, and it's accomplishing everything it needs to as a resort, this is a S tier. Hold on, let me get a better... I like getting Mario in the background of it. I'm gonna get like right here. I'm gonna go like this. Peach Beach is a S tier destination. The fact that they made it a resort and all the stuff you can see around it is so beautiful. I think they killed the location, and this is perfect for a tourist. Salty Speedway. I'm surprised it's called Speedway instead of like Shores or something. Like Salty Shores. I feel like it's probably more appropriate. Opie. Mermaid Birdo, please. Okay, so it seems like they got a lot of culture here with that statue and the architecture. Oh, wow. What a this would be a beautiful place to live in Mario Kart Island. Look at all this housing. I bet this is a very popular spot. Nice little canal going through, just running water. Okay, the walkway just turns right into the water though, that kind of sucks. But the main building up here with the bridge going... Okay. I think there's probably so much little niche spots, little shops, little things to do. No. No, this place would be so cool. It'd be so cool to be here. And it's right next to, like, the road that goes along the shoreline up to the ski resort. Alright. I thought I was going to give this an A. I wasn't sure how much I was going to love it. I kind of didn't realize the scale of this place. But I think pretty handedly salty. Let me stop my car. Salty Speedway gets an S tier. That leaves 3. Alright, so true just Safari Zone for real. I gave other things kind of Safari vibes. But this is the real actual Safari Zone. So we're just going to sit up top here. And try and investigate a bit. Okay, the view of the Great Ruins over there is awesome. Those falls look really cool. Caution Cliff, yeah, I know. No, get me down. Oh, nice. Alright. Oh, this is directly connected to the bridge from the big city. So if you want an escape from the big city, you just go across the bridge and you have beautiful Safari Zone, all this wildlife and nature to escape to if you feel stuck in the big city. Honestly, because of its location and proximity to other stuff that goes well with the vibe here, I'm gonna give this an A tier because there's a lot to see. The vibes seem good. It seems like very accessible, but not necessarily like too much to do. Like you couldn't come here like too often, but it'd definitely be a great time coming here. Maybe even like once a month. Just be like, hey, you guys want to go on safaris? Want to go bull out, see some animals, see some nature? I think the fact that is so close to such a big city actually makes this place pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna put this at A tier. Dino Jungle is unfortunately going to be much less. Look at that. Look at that. That is a sign of it being unsafe here. Come on. Binoculars, do me good here. Show off the area well. Alright, so basically, really cool area. Very old trees. Fucking very old trees, dinosaurs, food, unique landscape, and a really cool old dome thing. Really cool old dome thing. Why was this so hard to say? But not only that, they got this dome. This is a destroyed laboratory, if you can't tell. It looks very generally fine from right here, but you can see the broken bridge, you can see broken windows, and the dinos have escaped from assumably the lab they were created in. This is Jurassic Park. So, as cool as this being Jurassic Park is, that doesn't make it a good tourist destination. In terms of Jurassic Park being a tourist destination, it was S tier before the dinos went wild and broke loose. Afterwards, I'd have to put it at a D tier because it is extremely dangerous. There's not really any real way or proper things a tourist could do to access this safely without being an entire direct endeavor. So yeah, if the dinos didn't potentially destroy their creators, I would say S tier. But because the dinos have probably killed their god, us, I would not feel comfortable making this an S tier tourist destination. I'd say it has to be the same as Boo's Cinema, because it's not bad for the environment per se or anything like that. It's just kind of a dangerous relic where you could adventure to happily, but it's not safe, so it's not good for tourists. D tier. D for Dino tier. And the final destination on Mario Kart Island, the Great Question Block Runes. The Great Question Mark Block Runes, I should say. That's technically what it's called. As a tourist destination, I mean, it would be super cool. You can't get here. Let me show you. Just like, as a tourist, the only way up to these islands and only way down is basically this. There's maybe one of those ramps that makes you fly, but those aren't real. Those are for Mario Kart racers. If the only way to access the Great Runes is going up this giant geyser, I don't think tourists are getting there. It's not a tourist destination. The Great Runes are not a tourist destination. I cannot rate them. Because I want to give them a high rating, but this is just like a forbidden discovery. They get a question mark. Hold on. Hold on, wait. Was that? Yoshi, how did you develop up here? Yoshi has commercialized the Great Block Runes. F tier. Just kidding. Since these are inaccessible and a mystery and beautiful and cool and all of that, I'm not rating them. Technically S tier though. Alright, that was every I need to not look over at myself when I do that. Alright, that was every ooh, whoa, I'm not even showing the screen, but I want to look at it. No. I'd rather get off the big screen and go like this. Alright, so that is every single destination on Mario Kart Island ranked as tourist destinations. If you're looking at the map right here, right now, choose your spot wisely. These are all my subjective choices, but hey, if you want to go to Bowser's Castle, even though you'll get shot because it's a military base and you're not supposed to be there, which is why I ranked it F, go ahead, test your luck. But if you want to trust my word, I think a lot of people should just head right to Crown City because that's where the airport is. Have a blast. I think you should go to any of my S tier destinations. Where is it? I was gonna do like a wrap-up thing to say, but I don't know what I was gonna say. Sure, let's do this. Well, that's every spot. Yeah, I already said that. I'll focus. If you could choose one spot to go, which spot would you go to? I'm going to redo that, and I'm going to say where I would go to. Where would I go to? I would go to... If you could go to any one of these spots, which one would you go to? I'd probably go to Starview Peak, but I'm not going to go to any because I'm broke, not because they're not real. It's because I don't have the money to go to Starview Peak. Time to start grinding. Hey, if you want to see me go to Starview Peak, like and subscribe. Come on. Do it. Do it! Please? Okay. I think that's it for that. Now that I've got that all marked and done and happy and good, I will see if there's anything right here for me to co-stream with. But I don't think this.
And then pick our winner.
All right, Ludwig. It's Burial Kart time.
We got our groups rolling.
I want to go to Burial Kart.
I actually think I have a pretty. I think I have not a bad group. My group is Void.
Oh, that's
Elo,
for a Switch too.
Prezzo, Shake Drizzle. That's not bad. Because the other one is Stans, Mango,
I'll paste
Aiden,
that.
Yingo. That's way harder. Only top 4 advance. Wait, the other group is so hard?
Just cooking.
God, I'm getting cream all over my fucking self. Yeah. I licked it off my arm. Oh, nice, nice, nice. I hope you had a good time. Chat room, make sure you check out Ace. They're super cool. They play lots of different games, and he also sings really well.
What a
This
thing
is
to come
taking
into.
fucking forever. Ugh.
Rank 1 grind? Oh?
Chat, what question?
Wait, is Ludwig? Ludwig's event starter.
Yeah, his event is starting.
Overthinking it, I'm high.
What the fuck is Lacey up to? Where is he? Where is he?
I know. Yeah, can we just go while I walk, please?
Oh, he's probably in New York. Rank 1 grind, huh?
Same rules as we pretty much.
They won the 2v2 tournament, wow.
For the tier 1 sub, I appreciate it.
Anyone who just enters the code word can win. I think it'd be kind of. I think it's illegal actually if I make Twitch subs get a better odds. But either way, it doesn't work. Just so you know. Maybe you're
Alrighty,
just priming though for the love of your heart, and I shouldn't.
I think I want to end stream so I can
All right, chat. Oh my God, John CS with a
just
10 gifted. Thank you.
watch this instead, haha. But I want to edit the stuff I just recorded more or less. So I'm going to go start on that. Thank you for being here. Bye bye.